Hi! So this is the head-to-toe interface in the eyes of one of our providers. On our top right, we have information of the provider currently using our platform. In this case, it's LA Smiles. On our left, we have a column of all the queries that are being queued up. And in the middle, we have a notification section, and we have a past queries section, as well as a search bar, where the provider can easily parse through past information. So to demonstrate its functionality, we're going to go through a use case where a patient, John Smith, who recently moved from DC, needs a cavity fill-in at LA Smiles, his supposed new provider. So in order to do that, LA Smiles requested electronic health records from John Smith's past provider. And now we're going to explore the case where the communication between his past provider and LA Smiles. So let's start. We're going to click on the top left where the notification is. And that's going to open up a chat channel between John Smith's past provider, DC Smiles, and us. And as you can see, we said we wanted John Smith's medical records, and DC Smiles, under compliancy of HIPAA, has sent us a consent form because we need John Smith's approval. So looking at the form, we see that these are all the information lines that John Smith needs to fill out. So now we're going to click on the bottom left, right here. And we have a variety of options where we can either forward it to department, to doctor, but what we need right now is to send it to John Smith. So now we're going to click here, and this has been sent to John Smith through the portal in which John Smith made his appointment with us, which is outside of this product. So now we wait, and assuming we get John Smith's signed consent form, we're going to send it over to DC Smiles. And to check, we can click here. We can see that everything has been filled out and it's signed by John Smith. Ideally, using a DocuSign API where they can sign our forms, the forms that we send them electronically. All right, so exit that. So now we wait. And assuming DC Smiles replies, they're going to send us a reply. They're going to have checked the consent form, said it's okay, and they're going to say thank you, and then they're going to give us John Smith's encrypted electronic health records. So now what we're going to do is we're going to export it to our own cloud so that we have that information stored. So click here. We're going to successfully export it to cloud, and then that should be it. We're going to we need to mark this query as complete. So now we're going to click here. Now we can mark query as complete in archive. So we can click cancel or yes. We're going to click yes. And we're back into the main page. And as you can see, then right here, the query is complete. So that's why there's a green ring and it showed up in our past queries. And now we're back. And it's that simple. All we had to do was send a couple forms in between other healthcare providers using our platform, and within minutes, assuming there is a customer rep on each provider's line, within minutes we have completed the request, and it is streamlined, it is fast, and it is much more time efficient than the typical 10 to 20 minutes it takes through a traditional phone call.